What's going on, everyone? It's Coach Mac back with another video, and today we're going to talk about the truth about ACL rehab from someone who lived it. I tore my ACL when I was 17 years old, so today I'm going to give you the real truth from someone who actually lived it. So if you like videos like this, make sure to like and subscribe and stay tuned for the video. Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about is the pre-surgery phase. Now, what I mean by this is before you got the operation, but you know you have a torn knee or have knee problems right now. The big thing people don't do is they don't rehab now. You have a really good window here, depending how long it takes you to get your surgery, to work on strength training and getting as much range of motion as possible. So what I mean by this is when you get into surgery and you're working through the rehab, you're going to lose a lot of strength. It's a long few months to start when it comes to not being able to strength train, and if you work on getting stronger and improving your range of motion, it's going to be a lot easier after you get surgery and the rehab process. Now let's talk about the surgery phase, what everyone wants to know. This can range for rehab process up to 8 months to a year.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Most people want you to wait 12 months before you return to your sport. Me personally, I played at 7 months. Wasn't the smartest idea, but I was desperate. My season was starting. The first bit out of surgery, you're not doing much. You're in bed, you're on crutches, and after a week or two, you're going to get out of the crutches. Then you're going to start working on slowly getting into rehab, mainly working on restoring the small ranges of motion and working through baby steps. You're not going to do a whole lot in the first month or so. It's just about restoring range of motion and getting the leg moving a little bit and getting it in those increments better. The big thing I'm going to tell you, and we talk about, and I said this in the pre-surgery, flexibility really matters, because your range of motion, at least for mine, went really bad. I had no range of motion in my hamstrings. Now I have so much range of motion in my hamstrings years later because of how much we worked on it with my ACL. So make sure you're training your flexibility. That's going to be a big thing that they work on at the beginning of the rehab process, and as well as strengthening it over time with what you're capable of. It should look something like light range of motion, flexibility, some strength training, progressively getting harder and harder with more advanced movements as you get better throughout the months, and then some light running, moving up with intensity in the running. Then you're going to do some small plyometrics and some change of direction stuff, nothing too crazy. Then you're going to obviously amp everything up over time. Then you can start working on speed and then change of direction. Then you're going to go into agility training, and the last thing that you're going to do is going to go back into sport specific training. So now tying into that, you're ready to do whatever you want to do, play your sport or return to your activity. You got to get a brace. Me personally, I wore the heaviest DonJoy, I'll show right here, for my first year back from the ACL surgery. And then my second year, I transferred to a junior college after high school, and I used a lighter version of the DonJoy for my second year. That was a big thing, and it felt like a game changer when using it. I didn't like it personally. It was super heavy in my football pants, and it limited my range of motion, I felt like, a little bit, but it's super worth it. And I mean, in your first year back, I'm pretty sure it is mandatory for the most part. So another thing when we talk about the ACL surgery from someone who lived it, some people are going to doubt you, and you need to understand you can return to this no problem. I literally had a doctor look at me and basically say my career was over, and I was in high school. But you can return. You'll have no problems as long as you work hard and do all the little things right. I want to talk a little bit about my personal experience when it comes to some of the things I noticed in my ACL and the long-term effects. First thing is the range of motion of my hamstrings. I couldn't fully flex at the knee for about a year and a half. I played at 7 months, but it took about a year and a half for that to become somewhat normal. I don't know why fully, but this was a big experience I had. And additionally, now I've torn my ACL, and it's been almost a decade, a little under a decade since I tore my ACL. Another thing is my knee is numb sometimes. It's a normal thing. It depends on what happens in the surgery room. Sometimes the surgeon's going to hit a nerve and things are going to just change. With my elbow surgery, I have no numbness in it, so I think it just varies on how the surgery goes, but I promise you it didn't impact my sport. And in reality, my left leg is actually probably a lot better now than my right leg. So keep these things in mind, because I tore my left ACL, and my left knee is actually a lot better than my right knee, believe it or not. And this ACL surgery is really tough mentally, but you got to stay strong and understand you really can come back. These feelings you have a doubt is super normal, and just understand I went through those things. A lot of other people went through those things, but make sure you understand the process of what the rehab surgery looks like, wear the knee braces, and make sure you take care of yourself pre-surgery before you actually have the surgery. Make sure you actually take care of yourself before you actually have the surgery, strength train, and work on the range of motion. And also when you're in the rehab phase, make sure you can do whatever you can to get better, right, within your scope, what you're allowed to do. If you play a sport where hand-eye coordination is really high, where you need to work on hand-eye coordination, you can still do stuff where you're even seated in a cast. This is my big phrase about turning pennies into thousands. You can still work on things while having a torn ACL, and understand if I can come back, you can come back. It's perfectly normal to have these feelings. A lot of people do with the ACL. It's a huge hit and it takes a really long time. I played at 7 months. Understand, 7 months. That's not a normal thing that really happens. Typically, it's 8 months to a year. You got it. Hope this helps somebody. Make sure to like and subscribe and stay tuned for more videos like this in the future.